What is going on, everybody? It is Tal, and I'm coming at you with some trades and transactions ahead of our Week 6 match versus the Miami Infernape and Green. And yeah, I had been thinking of making some trades for a while, and past couple seasons I've done draft, I haven't made any trades. I haven't felt the need to, and I felt that my team's been pretty strong, but an opportunity came up, and I think it was best for both sides. So, we're going to first jump into a trade, and as you know, this season, Kiram's been a little lackluster. I brought it one time, it's gotten 0 moves off, it's been crazy. So, we are going to be getting rid of Kiram. Now, I don't think Kiram's a bad mon by any means. I just feel like on our team, it wasn't really the best. It was always like the 7th best mon, or like the 6th best mon if mon A, B, or C doesn't come. And it can get walled by a lot of things, and in like all my matchups, it just hasn't had a good opportunity. But I was talking with Green, and we came to an agreement on trading Kiram for Dragapult. Now, I know you're thinking, why would Green ever do this? Well, Green right now is 0-4, and as of this recording, and wanted to make some changes, and one of those was getting rid of Dragapult. He just wanted to, do some things that were a little bit different, and I think Dragapult is going to be great. It was actually the number 2 overall pick, so we now have the number 1 and number 2 overall pick from this draft, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. I've used Dragapult before, and you know what? It wasn't the best in my opinion, but I think its speed is so good for us. It's faster in almost everything, and now you have to deal with Valiant and Dragapult. That's ridiculous. That's crazy, and I don't think people are going to be able to prepare very well for these things. Even if you want to run something super fast, you can't. You want to run like a good fairy type to beat both of them. Well, we still have a Jirachi, we still have a Weezing, we still have a Rotom, so we definitely have answers to those, and it does give us a little bit more of a ghost weakness, which I try to do something about in the next transaction, because the thing is, Kiram is 18 points, Dragapult is 19 points, so we did have to make another trade to make this possible, and within that, I had to make a decision. I either had to say goodbye to Kamala, or goodbye to Farigiraf, or goodbye to both, and I decided let me jump into why we picked up Dragapult. I forgot the things that I did. So, Dragapult can do a little bit of everything. Again, we see that 142 speed, absolutely ridiculous. It could be screens, it could be special, it could be physical, it gets Shadow Ball, it gets Draco, but it also gets Dragon Dance and Dragon Darts, it also gets Willow, it gets Thunder Wave and Hex, and just, it could do anything I need it to. And I think this mon also sets up Golurk, which you'd be like, why you have 2 ghost types? Well, this thing doesn't need to run. This thing doesn't have physical ghost type moves, besides Phantom Force, which it's never going to run. So it opens it up to more of a special role. But this and Val are 2 of the strongest hitting mixed attackers in the game. And also Dragapult fits my style a bit more. It gets really good pivot. It can go in and out. And it's just a disruptor. You can't prep for every set. You can't prep for every Val and Pult set. It's impossible. So yeah, so moving on, we did have to make a transaction, and we did have to get rid of one or the other of Kamala and Farig, or get rid of both. And I was thinking, with Dragapult, we do gain some dark weaknesses, and I didn't really want to have Farig, Jirachi, Golurk, and and Dragapult all having a dark weakness, so I really wanted to get rid of one of those, and also, I did still want to get a normal type, because we did kind of have a little bit of a ghost weakness, but I wasn't ever bringing Kamala. I really thought about it. After week 1, I haven't brought back Farigiraf. Even though I've tried a couple different sets, without Terra, it's been a little bit lackluster, and it's just not doing what I wanted to do. So, what we did is we went and picked up Ursaring as a free agent. And I was in between Ursaring and I was in between Ambipom. Ambipom gave me more speed, but Ursaring gave me a little bit more bulk, and I think I wanted the bulk because Ambipom has 115 speed, Iron Val is 116. You're not going to prep for the speed of Ambipom, you're always going to prep for Iron Valiant, so just the presence of Ambipom didn't mean anything. And I think the presence of Ursaring means a lot more. It isn't going to Terra, but it can do a lot of different things. These are just some of the coverage moves it gets, but it hits so hard. I can run Guts, I can run Rest Sleep Talk with Guts, I can run this with Trailblaze, I can run it Swords Dance, I can run Belly Drum, I can run Body Slam, I can run Swords Dance. I mean, this thing is ridiculous, and it can actually, like, I think after one Trailblaze, we can outspeed base 105 Mons, which is awesome. Trailblaze is a fantastic move, and this thing doesn't have to run Eviolite. If it runs Eviolite, it's so bulky. It's so dang bulky. Because 75 and 75 special defense, this thing will live everything. But even if I run like Banded or AV, or not AV, I'm never running AV on this. I'll let you know now. There's no reason to when I have Eviolite. But Banded or Life Orb or Flame Orb, it's great. And I did want to make one more transaction, and the transaction wasn't for anything with Golurk, but I am changing the Terra on Golurk. I've been loving Ghost and Fighting, but I've noticed that I've never really thought about bringing Electric because we have Killa, we have Rotom, and I decided to go Water instead. The Water type helps me against other Water types as well as the Ice types that are good against the Ground type. And also, yeah, I never was bringing Electric, and Water just felt like a better defensive type. I was using Fighting as a defensive type, which isn't bad with Golurk, but I kind of want to use it more offensively, not rely on it defensively. And between some of the options I had, I thought that Water was going to be the best type. So yeah, pulling out a new lineup, going into Week 6, we'll have Dragapult and Ursaring instead of Kyurem, Farigiraf, and Kamala. I think the team is a little bit better. I think, yes, we do open up ourselves to some more weaknesses. We're a little bit more vulnerable, but our offense is absolutely ridiculous, and I still feel like our defensive pieces are pretty good. So stay tuned for next week's battle against Green, where we'll be going against Kyurem. So if he brings it, we'll see. If we bring Dragapult, we'll see about that. But really excited to face Green, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Peace.